All right, we are recording for part 14 of Titan Quest 2. Yeah, and we got a major update. Added character creator. The timing could have been better on that. And explanation tooltips, which I'm very interested to look into, along with various other tweaks and changes and such. So, yeah, I just decided to create a new one. Yeah. It's just, like I got this guy up to maximum and I finished the second act with him. This guy's at maximum, haven't finished the second act with him, but he's not as interesting. Because I like the Storm stuff, so it's like I made this guy Storm and Earth to see how that goes. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot edit the existing characters yet. That is a thing that will be coming, but let's take a look at this anyway. So we got the different presets here. So I was using like that. Yes, and we can. It does. You know what? Actually, yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can get to it easily. I think I can. No, that's interesting. Apparently, I'm seeing in the news here there's an incoming price increase. Well, here, I guess look at that first. November 11th. So this is going live on November 8th. I record these on Fridays. So you've still got time if you want to get it. It'll be changing from $30 to $35. So, yeah. It's not unreasonable. Okay, so there we go. So this is, they include at the bottom of the patch notes the codes that you can paste in to get the their recreations of the original characters in Titan Quest. So the male, there's the female. But let's go back and see what we got here for. That just looks weird with that face. Are you seeing it change much? Okay, I saw a little bit of a change. I'm not actually going to keep this. I just want to see what is this actually. Okay. I figured you can, I just wasn't doing that. Okay. Oh, you can go anywhere with that. Root intensity? Oh, I didn't even. I mean, I guess it makes sense you can get to the eyes, but I will also grant I'm the kind of guy that I don't care. I mean, there might be some things, but by and large, I would probably just keep to the presets myself. Or if they were random. Oh, now this is more interesting, that you can select what to start with. Okay. Yes. I can see that actually being very, very powerful. Because it's kind of annoying to, I mean, especially just not starting with a bow. I like having range. But okay, let's actually get to this, and we can look at what the hell these improved tooltips are. I will also grant I do not remember where I last was or what I was last doing in this. Alright, hit that. Okay, so it'll be to there. I want to. That's right. Okay, I do remember that. Alright, now let's look over here. Okay, so these are the enhancements. Okay. These lightning damage based on any character level. Okay, so that is helpful because I have noticed that some things seem to be impacted by character level, some things don't. that's a little broken. Oh, okay. I see. So it being dotted for the underline is just telling you that, hey, you can't interact with them, but if you hold Alt, then you can mouse over and do that. Got it. Okay. Increased by cunning. Okay. So those are the same. I don't think that makes a difference. It just keeps it up. Okay, so right now I could get an additional 10% damage. Oh, wait, yeah, these are all stacked in there, okay? I don't think, well... Okay. See, the thing I'm most curious about with this is okay, increased chance. So this is what produces the original chance. Yeah, so it would increase the 45% chance to hit a random enemy. Okay. You know what? Yes, I actually... Hang on. Do not overlap with other amplify abilities. Okay, so amplify is an ability-specific thing. Alright. Did not know that. Let's... So... Okay, so it's just modification to spell to rage. Okay, I see now. Yeah, because rage is attack damage. Attacks and spells are not necessarily the same. Okay? Okay, this I actually do want to see. Okay. Which, is that actually... Oh, yeah, it says right there. Okay. Thought I had seen that explained before. You know, I would have liked to have actually had an explanation for homing. It may sound weird, but it's just I don't fully trust it. So that also gives spell rage. I mean, it shouldn't hurt any having both there, but it is make me wonder how useful that actually is. No explanation for true damage. Interesting. Don't think there's anything... Wait. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. But it still is just... It's helpful to know for certain. Okay, so that is just a blanket You get lifesteal from vitality, but it's 10% of the vitality. Okay. I like lifesteal, so that is also something that I really did want to check on. There's other stuff as well, but that's not available here. Because there's like Doom as well as a damage type. It's like, what is this? But that's a rogue thing. And this guy's not rogue. Yes, this way. Okay. Okay, also just occurred to me. To look... I am actually not seeing any of them on this. Any tooltips there, but let's talk to this guy.
Good evening, hero. Are you here to learn from Grandpa Shalonus's age-old wisdom? Of course you are. Of course you are. But you have to do a task for me first. It's simple. Fetch me a cabbage. But it happens to be in the Grotto of Cursed Treasure. So don't be a greedy pig and touch any treasure while inside, like the last human. I thought it's quite clear from the name. It's a grotto. At the end, there's a delicious... But listen. If you touch one, surely you have enough self-control. Delightful! My mouth is watering.
The turtle's a jerk, by the way. But this is how you actually find the engineer. The ship's engineer. Because he is the previous human who went in here, and...
When you're in the grotto, just fetch the cabbage and return it to me.
Yeah, so you'll see, because I'm gonna obviously do it and rescue the engineer. But I'm first gonna take care of the cabbage, because I like showing this guy up. That's like, yes, I can in fact resist the treasure. Besides, I have 141,000 pieces of gold already. I don't need it.
That's the cabbage you need to fetch. Now, just return it to me without touching any treasure.
In case you're wondering, I don't think he actually does impart any wisdom, really. He's just a jerk.
Good show. Well, the one who attempted it before you. An engineer who was complaining about a shipwreck or something failed almost immediately. The treasure teleports those who touch it to the prison of punishment. But you don't have to worry about that. Congratulations! Just remember, quite right! It's something more, and my reward is this delicious cabbage. Yum, yum! What a lovely snack. Thanks for fetching it.
Yeah, so I got an attribute point, but I'm not really using those things, so it's not that big a deal. Now, let's rescue that engineer. Which, also, the door down here, that's how you get out of the prison, not enter. Out. And dude yells at me.
I said not to touch any treasure.
I will admit, this is one thing I find annoying, is that it does have to load up like that.
Why did you go back and touch the treasure? I told you it was still cursed. Mortals never fail to surprise me. I'm sorry to say that you probably won't survive the prison of punishment, but you passed the trial at least.
Right. Oh, I think I stopped because the jerk was talking. It does annoy me that it doesn't, like, this just, well, no, I guess it did actually load me into a different area. But there are some things like that where you're basically just moving from one place to another on the map, and it's not like it's even that far, and it's like, why are you having to reload everything? Yeah, that gets opened up later. Boy, I like this ability. There were tweaks to, there were balance changes also with this update. It's like, when to storm, it's like, what is it? Oh, okay, that's not it. I don't even think I use it. So it was not an issue. Like, if they nerfed this, I would be upset. Yeah, arguably, I would say they need... Well, no, they don't need to change this. I'm happy with where it is. Yeah. It's not necessarily as powerful as you may think. It's just that because it is a spell and a basic, a lot of things work to amplify. It's like spell damage works, as does... lightning damage, so I mean... That's what's nice about it, is that so many things work to buff it. If anything, I would say I just want, like, the Earth Mastery to also have something that will, also has a new basic. That's what I would really like to see. But well, no, at some point they may redesign, rejigger the masteries fully. Now, what I have... Well, the increased attack damage might be nice. But the rest of it, I think I'm
Another living person.
good with as it is.
Oh, thank the gods.
Yeah, so that's the engineer down there. Just need to jump down. Survive down here. Yeah, actually, anyway. Actually, it's not bad. It just doesn't quite line with the build.
You fell for that dumb tortoise's trick too, huh?
Not actually, but
This old ruined prison is filled with restless dead. What do you say we team? Excellent. First, I need to escape this cage. I've analyzed the mechanical structures here, and if you pull that lever to release me.
I don't remember. Ah, there it is.
Sorry. I guess I was wrong about the lever. More restless dead. That's a key. Bring it
I
here.
wonder how many years his dusty old bones were holding onto that key for.
Here. I want to try that key on the back. Thank you.
He'd better not have left us behind.
I keep getting to see if it would open this up. But he does. He does come and help me. So,
Hey! This way! Let's move!
and he's actually not useless as well.
I was young, I was always mystified by tales of talking animals. But I wish that damn tortoise never opened its big mouth. Luck is getting worse and worse. I was in a ship. Then I get stuck in that tortoise's damned challenge.
Yeah, he throws down the traps. Just thinking, I'm running out of space, aren't I? And by the way, I do not know if he can die. Oh, I do know one thing, though. You can do the portal to get out if you want. Like, it would not be a bad idea now just to sell stuff. I just wanted one of them to hit a trap. That was actually not right. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. So now if there's something up there you missed, you can get back to it. I believe this does circle back, so I don't need to worry about going down. Yeah. A lot, and I think I've already said this, a lot of the stuff does, a lot of this Act 2 map does do that.
I wonder how many years that giant monstrosity has been sending people here to die.
You sure that's right? Yep. Right size. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can mention. Nothing really stood out for me, enough for me to make notes. Oh, I guess that I can mention. I have seen that apparently AMD has clarified or backtrack. I don't know. I also don't specifically care with the whole RDNA 1 and 2 getting game optimizations. And it's like, yeah, they'll still get them. It sounds like in some cases it might still be day one. I haven't looked too closely, but it's still just, as I said last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was that this first came up. They're not as significant as you think.
Oh, it's
Some people.
so good to taste fresh air again. Thank you for getting me out of there. Now, have you seen any survivors of a shipwreck around? He sent you, specifically to find me. But thank you. I will make my way back.
And for those, well, here, once I clear this, I will split. There. The other missing heroes. Yeah, they're up in this area. So they are around, and you do free them. You need a lot of Molly root though. They've been transmogrified. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, with AMD, that they have in fact clarified that. I mean, yeah, it's a maintenance. It's like a semi-maintenance mode, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I do grant that it was odd. RDNA 1 and 2 aren't that old, so I don't know why. But it's still, as I said, a lot of games don't need driver-side optimizations. All right, and if they are getting driver-side optimizations, that is an indication. Sorry, I did a lot. That there's something wrong. I wish I wasn't the truth, but kinda is. Is there one of you like just shy? Yeah, let's actually see how that goes. I mean, these are supposed to. They already have infinite penetration, so that's actually decent. That's already maxed, so just there. I do want to put it into the one thing. I just want to see. I wouldn't mind. So like this would be fine. Turn the art. Well, I'd need that things in it. Yeah, maybe I'd also expand with. Oh wait, no, I can't get to Valor actually. Because Valor is there aren't enough divinity points to get both maxed, at least not to my knowledge.
You've done well, hero.
Yeah, you can't. There aren't enough divinity points unless there's just some missions that grant them that I've not encountered to max out both, which is disappointing. Hopefully that changes at release, and when we reach that version of it. So yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I had seen that was interesting.
Yeah, another welcome. Mate.
I don't think there's a single thing that interested me.
Be wary beyond these walls. Pirates, restless dead, Ichthians. Worse.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wash.
You made it to camp.
A word before you
Do you
part.
have
You
a
found him!
It was a daring rescue. He and I braved a treacherous tortoise, cursed treasure, and but you, Theris, you sailed us to our doom! Right into Skilla!
You're right.
Really?
All I ask is that you build us something to say.
I'll get us home, Captain.
Fine, let's talk to this guy.
I hope my...
Okay, sorry, be quiet again.
These beaches are ripe for exploration.
Okay. Keep things interesting.
There are pirates.
I saw something about a rumor that AMD might be preparing one of the 2 CCD consumer CPUs that where both would have the 3D V cache on there. Which that'll be interesting. Yeah, just it'll be interesting. For a number of reasons. One is just my understanding is because they flipped the stacking for the 3D V cache. Because as I recall, in the 5000 series, in the previous architectures, I don't remember with 7000, 9000 this is the case. It was the 3D V cache was put on top, which made some sense. It's gonna be easy and all that, except the cache doesn't produce as much heat as the CPU, so it basically served the actual compute portion. So it served as an insulator. Yeah, actually, we can go up this way. But yeah, so it served as an insulator, which hurt performance. They then have changed that in the newer one, so it's actually underneath, which is a little awkward because now you need wires going from the substrate up to the CPU, but up to the CCD, I mean. But it greatly helps with heat dissipation, such that I remember some of the early reviews of the 9000 X3Ds stating that they actually found the performance to be better and more consistent, and they attributed it to that the cooling was more efficient for that reason. So it will be interesting to see how a dual Vcache design will work, because that is something that the thermal benefits might from the change to the stack might be enough to actually be significant there and make it be more transparent as far as performance, as in just you basically you just get the better performance, maybe, don't know. It's also, I don't remember if any of their, I think some of the Epics, not the Threadrippers, but I think some of the Epic CPUs do have additional do have 3D V cache in there. I'd have to put it into agility for that. I mean, it's double the armor. That's kind of funny, missing the string table entry. Hopefully they fix that. Same amount. I bet I actually would lose some lightning damage because of the loss to knowledge, so yeah. Guess I'll just leave it. But that was tempting. a different character that would actually be more appropriate. Yeah, I don't know if any of the Threadrippers have... I also just don't remember, but I don't think so. Threadripper is kind of bare for the lineup, which in some ways, yeah, that sucks. In other ways, though, you know what? I'm okay with it. Threadripper is a kind of niche thing. I want it to continue to exist. I wanted that niche to continue to be filled. But that doesn't mean I need it to be always having all the latest, greatest, bestest innovations. And I say as somebody who does want to build a Threadripper desktop at some point, replace my current desktop, which is awesome, and which is the 1950X, one of the original Threadrippers, and I love it. It's awesome.
No room for that.
It is so annoying that legitimately the best way to pack stuff in the inventory is vertically, is the columns, but it fills in by rows first. It's like, yeah, you have to do this. You have to always hit it twice. Why not just have it stack in there better? I mean, it's just annoying. I think it is I have the 3 skulls already, and I just putting them on here. I don't do the Temple Chronos. I'll probably stop after that. It's a decent size area, but I don't think it's going to be that... I don't think it's going to be that bad. I'll almost certainly pass an hour. I just don't know if I'm going to be that far past an hour. Ooh. Yeah, that charge up lightning attack is powerful. I think that's right. Yeah. I think I have one of those. Oh, okay. And I think there is also a checkpoint, a waypoint nearby, so I want to get to that instead of just dropping mine. This I'm pretty sure is the path up. Yeah, no. The should be over here. I don't think it's over here anymore. I think it's... I went in generally the right direction, but I took the wrong fork. Instead of being up here, I think it is following the fork down here. Sorry, just wanted to clear that. And actually, here. Okay, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. I don't remember where it is. I am very confident that there is one closer than the one to the south. There is one over here. I can't remember where. So I'm just gonna head up to be like right outside the temple. And then I'm gonna use the personal one to get over there. Sell stuff and come back. This will be funny if it turns out it's just up here. I should get... Yep. This is not the way to the temple, per se. There's an exit from the temple that lets out over here. Oh, wait, no, maybe this is it. I don't know. I'll just go back and keep exploring in a little bit.
Out there.
I owe you a great...
And one thing that will be interesting, if they add it, I don't know, well, they should, I just don't know when they will, is a way to reset these guys. What they're going around with. That cooldown rate. That's always nice.
told us to...
No, maybe I... Oh, wait, wrong one. Over here. That's the... Ah, there it is. Right there.
I hope she doesn't come for us.
Because that's all fire-based, so that's not that impressive for me. Well, for this character, at least. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Don't really remember that. But you know, I probably still did find it because I like having these auras that just do damage in all directions. The lightning one just, does it intermittently. The fire one, it's an actual, get near me, you take damage. There is... I guess I just didn't find the exit. But there is actually a exit from here that does send you back. By the way, there are floor traps. They're hard to see here, they're easier to see in other places.
Ah, you found your way here. I'm excited for you to meet my two friends.
You'll see who the two friends are. It will take a bit before getting to them, though. The temple is not small. But I have fortunately went through it enough times.
Are we connected, Nemesis, right now? I don't hear anything, but she could be listening in, observing us.
A lot of those, by the way, don't give anything. I might still hit them in this as well. Still just kind of habit for me to always open them up. There is also one secret type thing that I don't actually know what it does in here, but I always do it. So there's just some unlit braziers. No, might only be 3. I don't quite remember, but I don't know what lighting them all gets you. Gets you something. 'Cause I don't know why else they would be there.
I've got a bad feeling. Keep your wits about you unless you fancy a quick trip to Hades.
Now, in case you haven't noticed, I don't actually die. So, although I'm not sure if he's aware of that. That is actually true. We don't have an in-universe explanation for his whole death and resurrection. Some games we get that. Not this one.
Oh, yes. You are growing soon. Ah, mistress. It is a joyous day when you once again step foot in my humble temple. I have been caring for your garden as you asked. It grows undisturbed and strong. You asked me to protect the ancient secrets, to tend to the garden of... Have I not done well these past years? Wait. Your aura is hers, but your face... Rise, fallen brothers! Defend our home!
I don't even remember how you actually do beat this guy. The other exit I was talking about, you actually go up there and can find it. Oh wait, no, that's right. Now I remember. You can draw the Nemesis energy out of him.
Ah, Electrum, my loyal dog. He spent centuries using petty tricks to stave off old age. In exchange for his loyalty, I gave him true immortality. How cruel of you to take it from him, after everything he did for me.
Hello? Can you hear me? You were just standing there, refusing to respond to me for more than an hour. All you were doing was staring at the inscription. What happened? Are you all right, gods? I'm just glad your mind didn't melt out of your ears.
I wasn't watching television.
Priests here. I think they really did figure out how to use Titan Ica to raise Kronos. No wonder this temple was sealed. Yet the knowledge we need to stop Nemesis.
Okay.
Nemesis mentioned having 2 friends here. I wonder if there's another priest here somewhere.
There is. I'm not actually gonna use it. The exit is like down here or over here. It's something like that, but don't need it at the moment. So I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure that they do have this a little bit wrong because they describe Kronos being dead, and I'm pretty sure Titans technically aren't supposed to be beings you can kill, but he is trapped and technically kind of mutilated, but we'll get to that. And is also mentioned in here in this game. I think even in this temple. Okay, so there's one of those. So basically, it does get explained by the other priest, but basically what that is referring to and what Nemesis is trying to do is get enough of the Titan Ichor to feed back into Kronos to revive him, because Ichor is actually, even in the mythology I'm pretty sure, is the blood of the gods. Well, blood of the Titans at least. I don't know if it would be just gods in general. Might not be. Those are different entities in this mythology. So I actually kind of wonder where that comes from. Because technically, Greco-Roman mythology, I'm actually going to go this way. Well, yeah, we'll go this way. It all loops around. An interesting aspect of Greco-Roman mythology, really it seems like a lot of the polytheist mythologies and religions, the way they actually work is they had like local deities, and just as for one reason or another things grew. In some cases it grew by war, but it could just be, getting nearby, and what they would end up doing, what these cultures would do, is just start saying, oh yeah, your god is neat and all, we're just going to say that he's part of our pantheon as well. So it's kind of like how the patron god or Titan, whichever, the patron god for Rome was Ares, or Mars, the god of war, not Zeus, even though that you'd think in some ways that would make more sense. Because Rome sought to rule the world, Zeus was the one that ruled all the other gods, so... yeah, but I do kind of wonder then if the differentiation between God and Titan came about as a way for... yes, all of your gods are also our gods as well, it's just an expanding pantheon. But there are some that are greater than others, and we're just going to call those Titans then and give them these other properties.
No room for that.
Since you can validate others in that kind of sense without invalidating your own. Almost a, yeah, sure, Batman and Superman are in the same thing, but Batman can beat up Superman kind of thing. It's... Wait, did I say that right?
Carrying too much.
Superman would beat up Batman. Batman just has to have the whole, he prepares for every contingency thing to survive that. Which, oh man, that does remind me of one thing. There's a part of me that hates Batman for some of the nonsense with that. Because at one point I saw something talking about how, like, in a future DC universe thing, I don't remember the character's name, but it's basically a master of every single martial arts in the galaxy. But Batman can still beat him. It's like, what? I don't think you understand how that works. Being a master of all these things. But then that's not the only example like that in the DC universe, and I'm not, well, it's also one of those weird things because they got so many universes in DC, is my understanding as well. But also I at one point seen a story, and I don't know the age of it, so it could be from a time period from when it was like, yeah, we're just saying things as isn't fun to say these things. It's kind of that old thing that what are the powers of Superman? Whatever the author wants them to be. But with Hal Jordan, so he was depicted in the older Green Lantern movie, the one with Ryan Reynolds. That was Hal Jordan. He is like the original human Green Lantern. But he apparently at one point gets into a battle with because Green Lanterns, the green is the color of will. So it's this weird thing with this, like, every emotion has a color on the spectrum, and there's a lantern associated with each as well. Well, a source of power connected to it. And they do kind of resemble lanterns, so it's like the Green Lanterns all apply. It's willpower that's the basis there. Yellow, which would be like a Sinestro, is fear. It's also an orange that's, I don't remember the character's name, but it's avarice. And so there's only one. So that guy's actually like freaky powerful because he has the full might of avarice that he can wield. But he's also so consumed by his avarice that, and I think it is basically he doesn't bother people unless you bother him. But in any case, there are also actual, like, godlike beings associated with these as well. So there's a god of will that's like a green whale, green space whale kind of thing, that would, as I said, be the god of will. And how Jordan defeats it, it's like, wait a minute. How Jordan's power comes from will. This thing is the god of will. At best, he should only ever be able to equal this. But he defeats it. How? Now, I don't know the story itself. I just had read something about it years ago. And it's just one of those, this doesn't make sense. That's not how that works. It should be at best a tie. The other priest guy is right over here. I'll get to working with him in a moment. I just want to clear the rest of the room. But yeah, and so it seems like Batman also is like that. It's like, oh, here's somebody who is the master of every single martial arts. And so there has been, ever will be. And Batman can still beat him at martial arts. It's like, that's not how that works. At least it's not how it's supposed to work. I guess I could have dropped that, but this is okay. Yeah, it's okay to let people lose, or just they have to win by other means.
It appears that he's filled with Nemesis energy. It doesn't seem pleasant. It'll take more.
Okay. If I remember correctly, you can just like pause the video. The key thing is finding his name in these. Don't quite remember.
Clumenos? That is me. Mistress, have you returned to end my punishment? I am sorry. I prostrate myself before you. Please, mistress, do not leave me again. I will tell you everything this time. I Lord Kronos. You can raise him. The ancient law. It says the echo of Titans. If you gather enough, he will return, full of fury. Ah! Yes! Yes! Nemesis, please, remove your enemy from me.
If you talk to him,
Was so brave to deny me the knowledge I sought, and yet it achieved nothing. His brother gave me all the knowledge I needed.
there's the other priest.
Clumenos' resistance accomplished nothing, and he still broke in the end. You should learn from his example.
Okay, so
You did the right thing there, I think. Living in pain for centuries, denied the peace of Hades. It must have been torture.
So the entrance here, there's a button there to get it. I actually have to look that up. I've kept figuring it was to do with the torches, the braziers that I had to light around. Nope. I don't even remember if I found all of them. I have not seen that. That is new. Alright, there. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. % increased cast speed. It actually might be worth sticking on this for a while. There. Yeah, I'm gonna warp back. Do some things. But, I don't know. No, I guess just going back to the thing there. It's like power scaling. It is an interesting
There are pirates and monsters.
I owe you a great...
event. Just trying to think how best to put it.
Beware him!
It's an interesting activity.
Pirates!
Ichthyans! But it does also get weird at times. Yeah, I want to hang on to that. I'm just going to drop in here, though.
The old beacon ruins we wrecked near to the north. I wonder if it was built as a warning.
I'm just looking to see if there's anything. That's cold damage. Most of these are just, anything but lightning kind of thing. Plus it's two-handed. Alright, let's head back. It's also, it's like, I do think about power scaling stuff because of the stories I've written, and it's like, okay, how would what are the powers here? What is the capabilities of different characters I've made? Things like that. How can they interact? All that. And the idea that Well, I actually do have two characters. One who is disturbingly powerful, and another that kind of sort of is actually capable of some similar stuff, so they can kind of sort of counter each other. We can kind of sort of counter the one who is far more powerful, but the far more powerful one has so much greater depth to his ability. Like, there's so many other things he can do, he can achieve, that no, he will win in that fight. Sure. Actually, just could. Okay, that's right. I think I even did level up. I just forgot that. I wanted to see what else. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Let's say, like my health regeneration. Don't use the weapons, so. Let's go with that. Just move that over there. Yeah, so this will be nice. There. Alright. Now, is it open? No, it's not. I think opening up hitting the different braziers is what opens that up. I just cannot remember where the others are. I do think that they're largely down here, though. Yeah, I'll keep looking. Oh, I didn't even realize I was zoomed in. So yeah, I got the one up there. Anyway, yeah, so it does just become a, that there are rules to be followed. Yeah, there's that one there. And I just feel like sometimes with some of the stories I've heard from some of the comics, it's like, well, reading on some of the comics, I should clarify that. It's like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. You're just saying that because, oh, isn't that cool, as opposed to, oh, this makes sense. And I do go at stories for doing that. I have a channel, a YouTube channel, where technically I'm a break from the videos because I'm working through a backlog to written reviews of various books, and it annoys the hell out of me when I read one and it's like, when I read a book and it's like, that's not how this works. That doesn't make any sense. No, you can't do that. There's consequences for doing it that way. You're breaking the consequences here. Those consequences are so significant you shouldn't be neglecting them. But then they do get neglected. Okay, so that's there as well. That's 3. There's one down here. One there, and there was another in here somewhere. So yeah, 3. I know I'd seen 3, so I just keep looking for number 4. Ow. I don't think it's down there. Yeah, we can look anyway. Well, actually, do see. 55.2 health regeneration. Yeehaw! Don't think it's down there. Well, I didn't think it was down here, but I still wanted to check quickly. There's also the interesting issue with power scaling of the nature of their abilities, the nature of the power as well, that has to be considered. Because some things, it's basically the whole classic rock, paper, scissors kind of stuff. Like lightning defeats fire, defeats cold, defeats poison is typically always something different. But you do also have that kind of stuff there, and it's not always that basic of just say it defeats this, but it can still have advantages, unless there's some counter there. I feel like it may... No. Didn't realize and walked over here such that they wouldn't spawn. Ah, there it is. Okay. So that was the fourth and last. Now that door's open and there's treasure back there. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do that. Well, at least the door can open. Nope, it is open. Alright. There. Now we'll go through here and see where exactly this exit is. Oh, okay. I was right, it was over here. It just, you know, was not somewhere I could walk to. Alright. There, so I can sell stuff and then stop.
I've got some mackerel on the fire. It'll be ready.
I owe you a great... Oh, the great god Glaucus, gracing my poor old halls. How grand. You're welcome.
Okay, so that's actually neat. I didn't... Okay. I hadn't noticed that until just now. That's actually going the entire time. Alright. Yeah, that's definitely neat. Wow, I got a lot of points there. Alright, yeah, so this will be fun. This will be fun to see how all this goes. Yes, I do... There was one other thing I wanted to look at here. Oh, is it just in here? I thought there was a way to view the roadmap. Was it just those different updates? Alright. Well, then I guess I'll just be stopping here. Alright. See you next time.